So you've annotated your genome in Patrick, or you have some sequences or FASTA files. And what if you're not sure of what the taxonomy, what your organism is? Well, we have a tool in Patrick that can help you with that. And you can go into Services and click here on Similar Genome Finder. So this is the landing page for that service. And Similar Genome Finder uses MASH min-hash. MASH reduces large sequences and sequence data sets to small representative sketches from which global mutation distances can be rapidly estimated. It's based on this paper that describes it. And I think if you have any questions about it, you should look here and read up on it. But we found it's a really good way to go very quickly and find data that find close relatives to your data in Patrick. So in this first instructional video, we're going to talk about searching by the genome name or genome ID. We have this filter here that you could click on to filter by your private data or other types of data. But if you clicked here, it would show you the most recent data that these with the little lock here, it indicates that it's a private genome. And this is some of my private data in Patrick. But also if you know the name, so you could start typing it. And so this is some data that was sent to me by a collaborator, and there were some indications to me that this was a mixed sample, that it was contaminated, although I assembled it and annotated it. And so I have it here, but I want to see, they thought it was from this particular genus, but I'm not sure. So how do I go about doing this search? Right now, I could hit the search button, but I wanted to talk a bit about the parameters. You can say you want to see 1 to 500 hits returned. You could filter on the p-value. You could filter on the distance, and you could choose to search only within the reference and representative genomes or within the public genomes. Now, the reference and representative genomes are something that's designated by NCBI, but we use them because they're generally higher quality genomes, but they don't span the breadth of all bacterial taxonomy. So that's why I'm going to set it for all public genomes. So I'm looking to see about this Elizabeth Kingia genome. So I hit search. Now, generally, in Patrick, for most of the services that you've seen, if you've been using these tutorials, it submits it, you monitor it on this jobs monitor. But this one runs on the fly, and so you have to wait here for the data to return. And look at this. My collaborator told me it was this genus, but when I'm looking here, it looks like it's all Listeria in all these results. So let's talk about, before we discuss more about that disturbing finding, this is the top hit, and it gives me some information about this genome, like the status, how many contigs, where it was isolated from, the year it was collected, when it became complete. This is the MASH distance, the p-value, and the number of k-mers out of 1,000 that hit that. But you notice that it says it's all Listeria. We don't see Elizabeth Kingii. So I'm going to go back, edit, and resubmit, and extend this to 500 and see if I can start seeing it then. So I click search. Because my first indication was, this isn't Elizabeth Kingia, it must be Listeria. But you can just easily, by hitting on this button, refine your search. And once again, Listeria, Listeria. Ah, here we have one. here's an Elizabeth Kingia. So we start seeing that there are 399 Kmers out of 1,000 match to that. So and here are some more of those. So truly this was a mixed sample. And I was able to determine that by using this tool. Another way I could have determined it was using the taxonomic classification service, but that's a subject for a different video. In our next one on Similar Genome Finder, we'll talk about uploading FASTA and FASTQ files so you can get an estimate. You don't have to go all the way to annotation to figure out what something is. Thanks. Bye.